Eric, is this true, what I'm hearing, that you expose yourself in front of Krista?
No, not at all.
Are you sure? Because that's what she said. I mean, are you trying to tell me that Krista isn't telling the truth?
Krista lied.
Wow.
Wow.
I have to start the episode somehow, so
I'm gonna grab a soda pop.
Okay, you go grab a soda pop. And this entire thing, it's almost like a Tom Clancy novel, Steven.
There's so much political intrigue here. Like, who do we believe? It's one word versus another. We try to do some recon, do some kind of like spy work to figure out who's telling the truth.
I think Eric Xander belongs in a cell that's filled with poorly made wooden furniture that's full of splinters.
Like some kind of Splinter Cell, you mean?
Yeah. There used to be a long time ago, actually. It's funny that you mentioned that. There used to be a game called, I don't know if you remember, it was called Splinter Cell. Have you heard of that?
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I never have. Tell me about it.
It used to be like Ubisoft's biggest game. It rivaled with Metal Gear Solid even. Splinter Cell.
Wow.
It was like this kind of stealth game. And man, I wish Ubisoft instead of doing all this NFT bullshit, they took their time and made a new Splinter Cell game. Man, that would be cool.
Oh man, that's crazy because I just looked it up. Apparently Ubisoft just announced they're going to remake the original Splinter Cell.
Holy shit. Nice. My soundboard isn't working because it failed to launch. What? How do you fail to launch a sound? Oh, okay, this is just... Now it's updating again? Okay. Anyways, back to Splinter Cell. Ubisoft.
This is horrible, man. When you go to play a game and your fucking console has to update or the game has to update, or some bullshit. Now you can't even record a podcast without the soundboard having to update. Like, the future sucks. I hate the future.
Yeah.
Another thing that sucks about the future is they don't even make new games. They just remake all the old ones. Like, did you hear they're remaking Splinter Cell?
Really? I thought,
yeah,
wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Damn, that's interesting. Like, is the first one? They're remaking the first one?
Yeah.
That makes sense. They wouldn't remake the second game and then the third game.
It would be weird to remake
fourth.
like partway through a series. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I wonder what kind of company would do that. Would start like a remake, their series starting from 2.
Yeah, or like 7, maybe. That would be weird.
Oh, you're talking about Final Fantasy. I thought, when did they release a Resident Evil 7 remake? When did that happen?
No, because they already remade 1. Capcom did it correctly.
Well, yeah, it's a remake. Okay, I'll give it to you.
Yeah,
that's a remake.
Goddamn right.
But it's funny that they just announced that, hey, we're making it, and also we need your help because we don't have a team for this.
Yeah, have they? So what's the deal with that? Because I know there is like a developer interview on the Ubisoft blog post, but like, I guess they don't have their full team together yet.
Don't they have like 20 teams working on different Assassin's Creed games? Isn't that what's going on? Isn't like voice mod? Okay, no soundboard for this episode, unfortunately. Boo! I have to do it myself now. Yeah, it sucks. Sorry, it's just not working, and I don't have the time to fix it. But yeah, is this the Toronto branch working on this? Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's on the Snowdrop engine, which is going to be used to develop the upcoming Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora and Ubisoft Star Wars game. They're making a Star Wars game? What?
Yeah, I remember something about that.
That's insane, dude.
Fucking everybody's making a Star Wars game nowadays.
Yeah.
EA and Quantic Dream and Ubisoft.
I'm on their page of it, and it's literally called the Star Wars Project. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, they've not been very open about it.
I don't know if Ubisoft their past couple of games have been like, what was it? Watch Dogs Legions, that was crap. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, I don't know. People said some good things.
I remember.
about it.
I think some people liked that one, but it wasn't very Assassin's Creed, is what I heard. I don't know. I'm not really a Ubisoft guy. I can't think of any Ubisoft games I like, honestly. Like, I'm struggling. Yeah, it's just their stuff has never clicked with me. I've tried it a few times. Like, I've never liked Far Cry, never liked Assassin's Creed, never liked.
Oh yeah, Far Cry 6 is another one that came out.
Yeah, and that just kind of came and went and didn't really make an impact. Like,
it also had a DLC with Voss recently,
and it had a DLC with Danny Trejo.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
So, have you played any of the Splinter Cell games?
No.
No, me neither. So I don't know. I wish one of us had, because I don't have any opinion really on whether this game needs a remake. Like, I don't know if the original holds up, because it's not a reboot or anything. No. It's a remake of the original game. So
that's a good thing. That's a good thing. I mean, with an old game like Splinter Cell, it couldn't have been like less than 10 years ago, I think. So it probably warrants like a new remake. Oh my God, 10 years ago was 2011. Splinter Cell is much older than that. Wow, it might be.
Yeah, I think it was like 2002. 2002, the original came out.
Yeah, so a 2002 game, it doesn't matter how good it looks. It won't hurt to make a remake of that. That's hopefully done by people who love it and aren't trying to sell NFTs, which is what Ubisoft is doing right now.
Yeah, do you know much about the Ubisoft NFT thing?
I know it's fucking stupid.
Yeah. I think most people know that, even if they don't know anything about the Ubisoft NFT thing. But that's not something I really know a ton about.
Why do you want to pay money for things that aren't real? I have a friend who's super into crypto and super into like NFTs and shit, and he's like, oh dude, NFTs are like perfect for video games because like cosmetic items and upgrades and stuff, you can put them on blockchain and they're going to be yours, dude. And it's going to be like so much better than whatever they have right now. Why should I pay money for something that's not real? It might not be real, but it has proof that you have it because it's not fungible. So what the fuck does that even mean? Non-fungible.
So does that mean you can like resell it, I guess? Like, is that what it means?
Who cares? Who's going to buy it? Why did you buy it in the first place? Why? This is so stupid.
So it would kind of be like if I bought a costume for my Fortnite character and then I decided I didn't want it anymore and I sold it back to you or someone else. Like,
that already exists on the Steam community market. That's not powered by a fucking stupid blockchain like Ethereum.
Yeah.
Fuck Ethereum, dude. Ethereum, I wanted to like send money to somebody through Ethereum, you know, like a cryptocurrency, which is its entire point is to not like have absurd fees. It costs like $50 to send like $5.
Jesus. What the fuck?
That's the gas fee. That money literally goes to miners who fucking bought tons of graphics cards because Ethereum is still proof of work. It still requires, you can still mine that cryptocurrency on GPUs. And so that's where the money is going to. When you do a transaction every fucking time, it's like minimum $50 a fee. Excuse me, how do we get to this? Isn't the entire fucking point of a cryptocurrency not to have any fees? What's the point then? Just use fucking MasterCard at that point. 50 fucking no, it's on a blockchain, dude. You can prove it because it's an open ledger. Shut the fuck up. You don't even know what a ledger is. You've never seen a ledger. I'm sorry about this rant. I'm just fucking pissed off at the cryptocurrency community and this NFT bullshit and whatever.
So does that fee also apply? I know Ethereum is a big one, but is there like other bigger ones like Bitcoin? Like, does that have that fee?
They do have a fee, but it's much less. I think Bitcoin has a percentage-based fee, but Ethereum is just like flat out, $50 up front, because it's good if you're like doing transactions that are millions of dollars. Sure.
Yeah.
But if you just want to buy something like some weed or whatever, you're not paying $50 extra for just your name to be on a register or whatever.
Yeah. So I wonder if cryptocurrency will end up where people only use the big ones and it'll just end up being like every other bullshit. I guess there's no point getting into it. Cryptocurrency people are going to get upset, especially because I don't know anything about it.
Yeah. I mean, If you're a cryptocurrency person, get me a GTX 3070. Podcast question of the week. Can you send me a GTX 3070? Yes or no? Email me at, well, don't email me. DM me on GBA Temp. Do that. Or you know what? Instead of getting me a GTX 3070, could you send me a hacked PS5 instead? It has to be hacked. Is that possible, Steven?
Kind of. A new exploit was released for the PS4, and the team behind it says that it will work on the PS5, but it isn't possible to trigger it yet. And so they say you shouldn't mess with your PS5 yet, which I don't really know what that means. If a exploit can work on a console if it can't be triggered. Does that make any sense?
Are you talking about the infamous boob PS4?
The infamous poob S4?
That's not at all funny.
Yeah, so a new exploit was released a few days ago for PS4s on firmware 9.0 and down. Before this, the last exploitable firmware was 7.55.
Yeah.
So this exploit will let you jailbreak your console and install homebrew enablers like Goldhan or Mira. And I mean, that's really all it is just a new way to open up your console and start doing stuff like that. It's not a new hack. There's no new features or anything, but for people who updated their console too much and couldn't enable homebrew, now you can as long as you're below 9.0. Well, on 9.0 or below.
So what's the latest version of the PS4 firmware? Isn't it 9 point something?
I don't think so. I thought they were up into the double digits.
I'm on Wikipedia right now, and I don't know how much they're reliable, but it says here that December 1st, 2021, the PS4 was updated to 9.03.
Okay, maybe you're right.
And 9.0 was released at September 15th this year. So this is like a really recent hack.
Oh, shit. Yeah, you're right.
The chances of you getting a secondhand PS4 that has like the firmware version like below 9 are very, very high.
Yeah.
So I don't think this is like any... Remember recently we had like some kind of exploits that were found, but like given to Sony immediately for like a money reward. I think it was the Flow that did that.
The Flow's done that a few times, yeah.
Yeah, and the one was done recently, I think. Because the one that the Flow did that was released like for 6.2 or 7.2, that firmware.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is great news for PS4 hackers and potential PS4 buyers like me who are seriously considering getting a PS4 in the year 2022 for Elden Ring, because I don't think my computer's going to handle that game.
No. Is that going to the last gen? Elden Ring?
It is. It's going to be for PS4 and Xbox One X/One S.
Oh, it's exciting.
I don't know if it's... Yeah.
Dude, you were talking... This is a bit of a tangent, but you were talking earlier in the week, before Spider-Man was even out, that there were spoilers online. Like, you saw the movie early, technically.
Yes. Like, I mean, no, I didn't. Okay, I didn't see it. I read up until like maybe a week or maybe even a month before release of the movie. I was like pathologically looking at, leaked information and stuff like that, insider knowledge, and a lot of it is like bullshit. But some of it was like really, really? This might be real,
right? So yeah. Well, I just wanted to make the point that even with you seeing Spider-Man as early as you did, you had something spoiled for you.
Yes.
And according to an article from VGC that I just saw, Elden Ring spoilers are now out in the wild after a network test. So you might get spoiled on that too.
Uh-oh. Well, honestly, Steven, I could try my best to spoil you Dark Souls 3. I don't think I'd be able to. Like, it's like I'm talking about the most comprehensive like storyline. Dark Souls 2, forget about it, dude. I cannot. If you paid me money to spoil it for you, you wouldn't understand a thing. Like, please don't even ask me how it connects to Dark Souls 1. Oh, Jesus. Like, so I'm not afraid of that at all. I'm just not going to be looking at. I've never looked at Elden Ring, like the subreddit or whatever. I just don't care.
Right.
Like, when it's coming out, I'm going to play it. Hopefully, I hope, because that period is coming out at the end of February, and I got a super fucking big exam coming up in March. So
that sucks.
Super fucking big exam. That
That's
I'm
annoying.
gonna have to. I'm already starting to prepare. That's how fucking big it is.
Jesus.
Yeah.
But yeah, so basically trying to spoil Elden Ring would be like trying to spoil like Kingdom Hearts. You just can't do it.
Yeah, I mean, some people. I argue that Dark Souls is even more complex than Kingdom Hearts.
No, not at all.
Really?
It's significantly less complex than Kingdom Hearts.
Okay, Eric.
Wow. That's a pretty definitive stance.
Yeah.
Krista,
but he's the only one that's played both, so we gotta cut him some slack.
Well, he's never beaten a Dark Souls game, I think.
No, he definitely hasn't platinumed any of them.
No.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so
I don't think he like hardly ever gets any platinums. Actually,
did Eric Xander ever platinum Death Stranding?
he was going to, but now he's protesting that game. He's boycotting it after this new kind of crappy patent that Sony got granted for Death Stranding. Well, not specifically for Death Stranding. Basically, Sony, a little bit before Death Stranding came out, submitted a patent for, let me see exactly what they called it, terrain radar and gradual building of a route in a virtual environment of a video game, which was just granted last week. Basically, what that means is in Death Stranding, even though it's a single-player experience and you never run into other players and you're all playing as the same character played by Norman Reedus in your own insular, cordoned-off world, when you make a change to the environment, it affects other people. So if you build a bridge, that bridge will be there for other people. If you cut down a tree or knock down a path or, make a marking to indicate something, that'll appear for other players.
This is why I actually never pirated Death Stranding. Not only because it's illegal and wrong, but also because of that specific thing, as I wouldn't have the online capabilities. Like,
Right.
Same thing with Dark Souls even. But Dark Souls to a much less extent. Like in Dark Souls, you can get invaded by real players, like real life other players,
Right.
and stuff like that. But in Death Stranding, you say, is it only
So is that
environmental? So
it's only environmental. Yeah,
Okay.
you can't run into another player. The only kind of interaction is if, let's say, someone leaves a bridge for you in a very convenient location, you can give them a like. You can give them like a thumbs up.
I just don't know how that would affect gameplay, because from what I understand, Death Stranding is a game where you just walk from one place to another. And
Yes.
is there like some difficulty to how you're gonna get to that place? Like, oh shit, there's a river in front of me. How the am I gonna get over it? And if somebody conveniently just drops a bridge, then doesn't that like cheapen the experience?
I haven't played the game since it came out, but the way I remember it is you have to connect. There's like different regions, and you have to connect each region up to a network to connect it to the rest of the country. And before you do that, you won't see those changes from other players. So you'll like go through at least part of the region first, the way it was designed, and then when you go around to do more deliveries or whatever, or move on, then you'll start to see like bridges and little things like that.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, 'cause that would, like, otherwise you'd be able to complete like the entire game within seconds because
with no issues. Yeah, I don't know. And like, it's not like, every single thing anyone has ever dropped is there. You're not littered with items, but you will get stuff. Probably, I guess it's the stuff that gets the most thumbs up or whatever. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, so it's kind of weird how this is the thing that Sony patented.
Yeah, Kojima Productions didn't patent it. Kojima is listed as the inventor, but Sony Interactive Entertainment are the ones that got the patent.
So is that like part of the deal when Sony bought out Kojima? Like anything you come up with, like any idea, gameplay wise, it's going to be ours now. We can patent it. That's wow.
I guess so, and I guess like that would probably make it harder for them to bring Death Stranding to Xbox or Nintendo, right?
I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I don't like that idea because, I mean, look how games have transformed. Like specific games have transformed like genres. Like just think how Breath of the Wild changed the open world genre. We have so many open world games that are like Breath of the Wild. Like Metal Gear Solid changed the stealth genre. Like what's another one that's in my head? Oh, Dark Souls. Hello, how many times have we heard the phrase, this is the Dark Souls of whatever?
Yeah, right? Or I mean, a whole genre is Souls-like at this point.
Yeah,
right? Like,
yeah, Souls-like. How Metroid and Castlevania created Metroidvania. Imagine if Nintendo would patent that, like a 2D adventure-style game that's exploration-based. That would be fucking terrible. Yeah. So the fact that Sony is patenting it, what's the point? What is the point, really? If somebody had an idea to make a game that had this kind of element to it, now that person isn't going to contact Sony and ask politely. That person is just not going to bother with that thing again. And now we're never going to see this kind of mechanic ever, maybe in like Death Stranding 2 or something.
Yeah, there have been rumors of a Death Stranding 2. So that might be the reason. But again, they submitted the patent even before the original came out. But yeah, you're right. There was a recent, the patent expired recently, but back in the early 2000s, I think Namco Bandai patented the idea of there being mini games on loading screens. So if you play like the Dragon Ball Budokai games, you can rotate the control stick during the mini game and little like Cybermen come up and stuff like that. And you never saw that in any other games because they had it patented. So no one could play with that. No one could experiment or tweak that idea or grow it or build it.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
And presumably this will be the same way. It's unless Kojima dedicates himself to this idea and continues to expand and grow this idea, then you're not going to be allowed to do it. And again, I wonder how strict Sony will be about enforcing it, because I haven't played Dark Souls, but I think the way it works in that one is like you lay down notes for other players, right? Isn't that what you can do that? I don't know if that would fall under this patent, because like you're not changing the way they traverse the environment.
No.
And you also have to specifically say like, I'm doing that for this person. Whereas in Death Stranding, once you do it, you don't really have a say in whether or not it goes to other people. But like hypothetically, Sony could start to enforce this patent on things that don't necessarily apply to, which we've seen with companies being dickheads like Take-Two, right?
Yeah, I just don't do that, please. There's no point. Come on. Yeah. You're just hurting others. Sony doesn't want to be that company that sues indie devs. Sony needs indie devs.
Sony is trying to improve its relationship with indie devs. Yeah. They said as much specifically because over the summer, a ton of people were complaining about Sony. Just their communication with indies was really bad. They have a bunch of very archaic systems. It's there's a lot of red tape to get stuff submitted. It's just an unpleasant experience, which is why you don't see indies go to Sony as much, or they go to Sony much later than they go to Microsoft or Nintendo.
Yeah, the best platform right now for indie devs, financially speaking, is the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, or a lot are also doing Game Pass, just because Game Pass will promote you if you go on, if you're there early enough, right? Like,
I guess so. I guess
like people are keeping up what's on Game Pass. I don't know how. Yeah. It's not as big as Nintendo, but I do see a decent number of indies go to Game Pass early. Yeah.
I just don't know like how much money they'd make from Game Pass. I don't know how the finance.
They get paid per download on Game Pass.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was reading this guy. He's at a game developer called Strange Scaffold, and he was talking about it on Twitter a little bit because he just had an indie game premiere on Game Pass. So they do get paid. I believe it was per download, or it might have been just if you stream it or download it. I can't remember. But yeah, obviously they get paid more if you buy it, but downloading the game from Game Pass does get them paid.
How much exactly? Do they get paid like full price of their game?
I doubt it. He didn't get into like specific numbers.
Yeah, that wouldn't make sense. Microsoft, although they're like extremely wealthy, I expected it to be like kind of a Netflix situation for some reason.
Where they sort of just pay upfront for the rights and then that's it?
Yeah, I thought that's what... And they like make orders for new seasons and stuff. I guess that's...
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what else I don't know?
What?
Should I end this episode or should we talk about something else? Because not much really happened this week, and most of the topics we're talking about are just things we couldn't cover last week, so we didn't have time.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Yeah, nothing happened this week, and we couldn't even have a big group here to really go off topic much. We didn't even have any good gags for episode 69. What a letdown.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
So, Eric, what's your opinion on the Omicron variant?
Yeah.
Should we just let it fade out over that? Let the music play up?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
This is going to be a short episode, low energy, and I'm going to go watch motherfucking Spider-Man. Thank God nothing happened this week, so I can go watch Spider-Man.